Hello, everyone. 1 second. I'm trying to add my guest. I'm adding my guest. Hi, Faith. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Kartia. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
You look nice.
Thank you. You too, honey. This was an emergency. I have to. You gave me less than 30 minutes notice. I said I have to jump on this.
I gave you less than 30 minutes.
Yes, because it's a hot topic. And this is a topic where I feel like we as a mother, as parents, it is something that we have to talk. It's something that we have to educate our kids about, and it's something I'm just no,
Oh,
I just told my kids, no, 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 no. This is
let-
it's not a joke. I'm just frantic, right?
We just got on live. Hello, everyone. Thank you, guys, and thank you for joining. I am Velino. Just in case you come across this channel for the first time, I am a beauty and lifestyle blogger, and today I have Faith. Dr. Faith Adodo is here with
Yes.
me all the way from Toronto, Canada. Faith Adodo is a female advocate. She's written so many books about women, especially women abuse. So this morning, just half an hour ago, we were talking on the phone.
It was something else, and you brought it to my attention that
Yes,
this is what is going on. And again, you also want to tell them that I have my show too. Yeah.
yes. So Faith Adodo, I will leave her link at the bottom of this video when we
Yes.
finish. Faith is it's a no new face in Toronto, Ontario. She's been there, done that. She was one of the first people that interviewed me when I was just starting my YouTube, and she also has a channel and her show as well. Like I told you guys, Dr. Faith Adodo, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Katia. Thank you. I am privileged to be here with you today. I really want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. It was something that was spontaneous. Of
Yes,
course, what actually prompted me to jump into it is because of what happened. As a parent and as someone that is advocating for women, my program, my stream is gender, feminist, and women studies. Of course, we've heard about different things that have been happening to women in the past. Tracing it back to history, we can talk about, how women are placed in different, in a victimized position, in a position that is a precarious position, if you will. And when women experience a different form of abuse, either abuse or rape or anything, they are supposed to be the victim. They become the accused. So it is something that is very, very problematic, and it is an issue that we need to address within our community, within the society at large. And I feel it is very important that we talk about these issues. These are issues that are widespread, and a lot of people, they are in denial when it comes to issue of rape, pedophile, and that is actually what actually brought me here today. So, Katia, it's going to be a discussion
yeah.
because you brought it to my attention. I had to quickly just do my research to
Okay.
ensure that yes, this thing is real and this is what is going. I've been busy. Yeah.
Okay, so for those of you who have not been following social media, today
Yes.
we're talking about what you guys see on the thumbnail. There is a Nigerian Nollywood. Nollywood is a guy that adds videos, a celebrity in Nigeria.
Mhm.
He's in his late 40s. So what is
Mhm.
going on and why we want to talk about this is that the viral video says that this guy what's his name again? Because it's somebody that
Something Ijesha. I heard they said Ijesha. I'm not really used to. I don't know him that much,
me.
and I just listened to few news, and I did a quick research.
Okay, his name
Yeah,
is Baba Ijesha. So
Ijesha. Something Ijesha. Yeah.
here is the deal, and then we're gonna take it from here. So Baba
Yes.
Ijesha was caught on tape, on CCTV tape, defiling a 14 years old girl, and this is what happened. And then we're gonna take it from here. The mother of this 14-year-old girl put a CCTV camera at home when she suspected that this uncle that they always bring to their house has always been defiling the 14-year-old daughter. So she set up a camera to see what was going on. Behold, the camera caught this 48-year-old man defiling a 14-year-old daughter in the kitchen. And it is said that this has been going on since when this girl was 7 years old. So what I really want to get into and talk about is, okay, the woman put a camera. She suspected something, according to the news, because we were not there. We're just
It's still. I would say it's still an allegation. Okay. The reason why we have to really unpack this whole thing is to bring forward to parents' attention how to talk to their female child and what to expect, how to tell them about their body parts, and if anybody touches you and you're uncomfortable, which can even include your mother or your father, you have to tell them to stop. Okay, so the reason why I think what we are going to discuss today, based on what you said, is not just to. This is still an allegation till I know that they said the mother, there's a CCTV that caught him in the act or whatever. I don't know, but the court we take over everything. But what we are saying is that we want parents, especially if you have a female child. That also applies to male child, I'm telling you. So we are not going to rule out a male child too, because we have some men or some women that we also abuse or rape a male child that is young. Trust me. And that is something that we have to bring forward to our kids. First and foremost, as a parent, it is very pivotal that we listen to our children. Okay, there are some signs that your kids will exhibit that will make you realize that this child is no longer, or this child is a shadow of his or herself. Something is going on, because I did assaulted women and children's advocate counselor program at George Brown College, and they said when some kids, when they are abused or they've experienced any traumatic, anything that is not that especially when it comes to sexual abuse, these kids, the child might be exhibiting something. Is it that some of them will resort to bullying. Some of them will now use their studying as an escape route, be studying so hard. Some of them will just, they will now keep to themselves. They don't want to talk anymore. They will just be different. As a parent, you have to watch your child and ask them, always question them. And first thing for a parent to do, if you ask me, if you have a child that is under the age of 5 or 4, list their body parts. Tell them. Don't say, private part. Mention the name. This is your vagina. This is your penis. If anybody touches you uncomfortable, you have to tell them no. Or even if they touch your hair or any part of your body, make sure you list it to them. Don't tell them that, come and talk to mommy or come and talk to daddy. Make sure that, you talk to me, and you have to also educate them. Let them know that they are not, they won't be, because most adults, once they defy younger ones, they'll tell them, if you tell your parents, they are going to beat you. You are going to be the one to suffer it. So because of that, kids will be scared to say it. And who are these abusers? If you ask me, they are not far from us. I am telling you, they are not far from us. It can be a relative, especially, I'm telling you, the people that you know, the people that you trust, that you entrust your kids to. Those are the abusers. Statistics has shown me that people that will abuse kids because they are vulnerable are loved ones. It can be uncle, aunties, even their father or their mother. I'm telling you.
But Faith, this is what a lot of people are not talking about. We all grew up and were raised in Nigeria. Up and growing up, we were never told that what you're just talking about now. Anybody is uncle. And when parents bring all these uncle or to the house, we were never told that this is not your original uncle. And
Yes.
also, many women make these mistakes that they leave, they bring somebody else into the house and
Yes.
let go and leave their daughters and their sons to stay
Yes.
with these children. And
Yes.
then anything goes wrong. Even if you, the child, try to talk to the parents,
We don't
most
listen.
parents will not listen to you. They will
Yes.
say, uncle will not do that, auntie will not do that. And because children believe that mommy and daddy will not listen to them, they
Yes.
don't care, they don't talk about it, they don't report. Because of, is this a value? I don't call this value.
I'm going to tell you, it's because of the way, you've just mentioned something which is very crucial here, which is the context. It depends on the context where that happened. With that being said, we are not still going to rule out this Western world. It does happen. It's just that kids here are more assertive. They speak. Okay, we are taught to be seen, not to speak. We are taught to be seen. Oh, we see you. Yes, you're there, but you are not taught to be heard. But in the Western world, they tell kids to be able to speak if they are going through anything. And I find out that that is why we are different. Back home, when a child is staring at you directly into the eye, into your eyes, they'll say, "Oh," they will start associating it with something, negative. Oh, you must be rude. You must be a rude child. You are not afraid. You're staring. You're gazing at me, looking at my eyes. Are you not afraid? Oh, things like that. And that is not good. Trust me, because some kids are very curious. You are trying to kill that curiosity. If a child wants to know about something, it is our duty as a parent. We need progressive parents. Hello, this is 2021. We need parents that have this progressive mindset. It is high time we deviate from this generational issue. If I tell you I am a progressive parent, I don't force my kids to do what they don't want to do. No, just tell me what you want and I'll work with you. I have been telling parents it is time for them to start listening to your children. Okay, fine. Some women or some men, they are very busy. Oh, they don't have time. The time they will have for their kids. Because of that, the kids will just skip it. They will introvert it. And at the end of the day, it becomes a chain reaction, if you will. Okay, the predisposing. That's why you see some kids, they'll commit suicide. You see some kids, they'll have depression. You see some kids, I'm telling you, the predisposing factor now becomes a chain reaction because they were not able to vent. They were not able to express what has happened to them. Whatever it is that has happened to them, nobody to share it with. Even though they try to share it with maybe their parents, they won't even believe them. They will tell them, "Oh, keep quiet. Oh, don't say this. Who told you?" They'll shut that. They will make sure they shut that kid up. So because of that, that kid will introvert it and say, "You know what? No need." At the end of the day, you end up raising a child that have mental health issue, depression, okay, PTSD, post-traumatic disorder. And that can also lead to other things. The child might be urinating at home, okay, because when they reflect back, flashback, oh my goodness, the child might be urinating consistently. And that fear, the thought, because the child has not expressed what took place with him or her when they were young, they will not grow up with it. It will not result to other mental health issues.
Yeah.
That is what, yeah, that it becomes a chain reaction. Okay, trauma of an adult raping a child of 5 years or 3 years, if you will, or 7 years, if you will, 8 years, if you will. We have pedophile. The fact that we are not acknowledging it within our society, especially back in Nigeria. I don't want to say Africa because Africa is a continent, so our main focus now is in Nigeria. What prompted this discussion is because of what happened,
And
and yeah.
And also, the guy in question that we're talking about right now, Baba Ijesha,
Yes.
according to what are the things that I listened to, he confessed at the police station and he
Wow.
said it is the work of the devil. Poor devil. Devil is always being blamed.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Katia. I'm sick and tired of all this blame game. They don't want to own up to their responsibility. Of course, it's not. Let's leave devil out of this. Trust me. It should be. he should be fined for his actions. Okay, because he's a matured man. Of course, people will say he's sick. Yes, he's sick. He needs help. He's a pedophile. If it was the Western world, me and you know, he will be on a list. Okay, if any rape should happen,
and
yes,
he will never associate with anybody or
Trust
even get
me.
a job or
Yes.
live in a certain
Yeah.
neighborhood.
yes.
You know?
So, and that is what they don't do back home. They will have a data. They have a database where they list. They have the names of pedophile people that here in the in Canada, in US, in Europe. So just in case there's any reoccurrence, the first people that they will start investigating will be those ones that have histories. Okay. So now my question now is, this man has been defying this little girl from when she was 7. What happened to the mother? How come she now? Because this is really, really absurd. It's annoying.
God,
Yes.
Very
What happened?
What did she do for the past 7 years?
For 7 years.
Does she not examine her daughter's body? Does she not shower this girl? Why did it take her 7 years?
7 years to now investigate? That is, he has, I will tell you, if he has been doing this consistently, he has defied her. She now knows what it means to have a sexual intercourse. So what now happened as a parent? You have a girl child. Like for me, I have 3 daughters. Okay, I have 3 daughters, 1 son. Of course, when I decided to take Assaulted Women and Children's Advocate Counselor program because of my kids. I was curious. I wanted to know what this program is all about. This program talked about abusive women too, and it talked about children who've been sexually molested from the age of 6 months. Okay, yes. I watched different documentary. I had to see a counselor right away. I was traumatized. Because the course is it's something that they will warn you about. I am not joking. I did that diploma course at George Brown College. After I saw the different documentaries, I had to see a counselor. I was paranoid. I'm not lying to you. A baby of 6 months was sexually molested by her dad, a white dad. How do they find out? They can find out. There was a blood, the baby private part, blood. So they now called to the mother's attention and said, this is what is happening. They had to examine the baby. I saw videos. I'm not lying. Series of, if you're taking that course, they will show you all those videos. So you cannot rule out anybody. Everybody is, So when I got home, and that course taught me, the fact that when you have any child, whether male or female, you have to tell them all their body parts. Don't say, that special. No, penis, vagina. Your make sure you list it. Just the way you say your eyes, your ears, your nose, your vagina. If anybody touch, don't say it pee-pee. No. If anybody touch your vagina, okay, tell mommy. Especially if the child can speak. Tell me, because I'm here to protect you. And I'll make sure that person, we have to educate our kids, please. Parents should educate their kids. Yes, say hi to him. Parents, it's high time for parents to educate their kids. Please. We are frowning upon, we don't want to educate them about sexual intercourse. Others, outsiders, will educate them. You have to tell them about sexual intercourse. You have to tell them about body part. Gone are those days that our parents will say, when you see your period. I remember when I saw my period. How did they educate me? Let me tell you my sister. Oh my goodness. Because we are talking about education here. What prompted this whole discussion is because of Baba Ijesha. Okay? Baba Ijesha, I don't know what to say, whether to say this thing that you did, only God. I don't even know what to say to you now, but this is going to bring, we are going to be discussing more on all these type of issues. So now when I saw my period when I was 13 or 14. That was when I saw my period. And I told my mom that, I just got my period. I didn't even know. I said, see, because I was never, they didn't prepare me mentally on what's, So we went to farm. Let me say, we went to, oh God, don't suffer. So I was going to pee. So we went to farm. So I was about peeing. I was like, I saw blood. I screamed. I called my sister. I said, sister, so when we got home, my mother said, you are now a big woman. If anybody, let me just give you my own synopsis of how they educated me. If any man touch you, you will carry belly. What? Hey, I am Kartia. He said, if any man touch you, will carry belly. I said, really? So if any man, oh my goodness, that was, as a young, young girl, I have no knowledge of. So if any man touch me, I will carry belly. Okay, I was trying to guide myself so that no man would. Unfortunately, the next day, we were watching another life in the living room. My neighbor is way older than me. He's a friend to my sister in London, England. So he came, he said they took their light. You know how it is now, they'll come to the other. We happen to have our own light. So when he came, we're watching another life. Unfortunately, that day, this guy, I don't want to measure his name. He said, Faith, you're a big girl now. You're just shiny. Just touch me. You just touched my shoulder. Kartia, I am not joking. No. This thing that you think I had to head on, I just hold. I said, what? He has impregnated me. This guy said, how? I was crying. No, my mom was cooking in the kitchen. Back home now, like our own, it was, local this thing. The kitchen was somewhere else, backyard. So my mom had to, how? He said, oh, Faith is not like that. I said, no, I said this. I was telling my mom, I said, yeah, Prosper has impregnated me. He said, how? I said, but you said it yesterday, Nada. I said, you just touched my shoulder. Now I'm pregnant. My mom now said, not like that. I said, but how? Because that was it. I said, but how? He just touched my shoulder. He said, I'm a big girl now. I'm growing. Prosper was like, Mama, I just touch. I just tap her shoulder. That you're a big girl. You're growing up. So my mother now said, okay, that she would talk to me. I said, okay, how? But I'm pregnant. My mother said, you are not pregnant, Faith. You won't understand. I said, okay, but make me understand. Because you said, if anybody touch me, I'll be. This one is a real life experience. So my mother now said, no. It's just that there's something when you get to that age, you will know. There was no
no,
but, so in my head, I was curious. I said, when I get to that age, okay, well, if you say by touching me on my shoulder would not make me pregnant, what would not make me pregnant? I'm just trying to give an overview of how parents can mislead. They will be thinking they are protecting you from not knowing. Me, I was curious now because I want to know. Me, I attended the Oredo Guest College. So some of my friends now, we were now in JSS3 going to SS1. They were, smarter. They attended them. They were in the mid school, all those things. So I was telling them, this is what my mom told me. One of them, Allah said, hey, you be small girl, really. I said, what do you mean? He said, no, it's more than that. So me, I wanted to hear from them now. Yeah, my ear was open. Tell me. Oh, you know how it will be now. Girls, they are ready to also give you the lowdown. So we have to be mindful as parents. We should teach our kids by ourselves instead of letting outsider to teach them. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you,
yeah,
women that are in their 40s and 50s,
yes,
this is how, or even younger, this is how youth force were raised. That if a man,
Kartia, I'm more than in my mid. I'm over 45.
That's what
I'm not lying. I'm over 45.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
This is how our parents taught us. I was taught the same way. My mother would give everybody book, small book, every month to write the day that you your period, from how many days to how many days.
Yes.
At certain time, our mother will lie us on the couch and bring egg and try to put to sleep. So we were mislead. This is not parenting. But what I'm saying is that the mother that have this child that we're talking about right now, she is in the age of the millennium. She's probably in our age group between 40s and 50s. Why is she still raising her kid? Let me tell you, we all know that Baba Ijesha is wrong, but I am taking the big blame on the mother of this child that will need somebody from outside to come and be inside her house, and she put a CCTV camera, and people are requesting for that CCTV camera, which is very wrong. Nobody should be requesting for that CCTV
apart from the court.
Apart from the court, this is a small child. Even a court should only see a version
of. They will keep it because confidentiality.
Yes.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be we're talking about a 14-year-old girl
Yes.
here, and this parent is bringing somebody, an outsider, to come and stay in the house with them. And Tonto Dike went on and said that if this really happened, that she will make sure that this guy will see no daylight. And people are bashing Tonto Dike for saying,
Don't mind them.
standing for the truth. It shouldn't be so.
I listened to that. I shook my head. I was like, oh my goodness, can you imagine? Just imagine they are trying to protect the Yoruba movie industry. This is not about the Yoruba movie industry. We are dealing with a particular pedophile here that has done something that is unheard of, something that needs to be addressed. We have to address it. They're not talking about the Yoruba movie industry right now. We are talking about Baba Ijesha, because it's not the Yoruba movie industry that committed this act at all. He did it, so he has to pay the consequence. He the law. Trust me, they have to make sure he faces the main consequences of committing such a heinous crime. This is a big crime, so they should not use this what will I say, the fact that, oh, he's a Nollywood movie actor, to no. If anybody commits, the law is not a respecter of anybody. Okay, so why would they? I don't know. I listened to that and I was irritated, I will
Yes.
tell you.
Iyabo Joy also stood for the truth that
Yes,
this guy should go, should be.
yes, he should go in for it.
He has to go in for that. And the guy
We are going.
is in the police custody right now.
Yes.
And Brightwood is also saying that this girl might not be the only victim, which I believe with.
Yes,
Brightwood,
they have to investigate.
He's not the only victim out there.
Yeah.
This guy is sick. This is what people need to acknowledge.
Yes.
He is sick. He needs medical and psychiatric evaluation. This
exactly.
He's
Yes.
sick. He is sick.
It's a sickness, and I heard he's married and he has kids too. And of course, trust me, they have to also, because for someone like this, even the kids, he can also sexually molest them. I am not lying to you. There was this girl that disclosed in one of my class. She talked about the fact she's not from Nigeria though, because most time, let's talk about religion, culture, and all that. Culturally they want to protect their own. Oh, don't say it out. You don't want people to start laughing. That guilt and shame. They don't want shame to be associated. Oh no, you don't want to say this out. Just keep quiet. I will address this whole thing. No, this girl, she said when she was 13 years, her dad, because the mom, I think the mom and the dad they splitted. So the dad sponsored them to Canada, okay, and brought her to Canada, she and her younger sister. At the age of 10, the dad raped her, started sleeping with her, and she couldn't say anything about it. So she said she was tired. When she was 11, she now called her grandma and said, "Grandma," that's the mother of the father. So this is what is happening to her. Do you know what the grandmother said? She said, "Keep quiet. Do you want to put my son in jail?
Hey.
Do you want them to arrest him? He brought you out of poverty. Okay? You were in Jamaica, nothing, and he sponsored you and your sister. Now you want to put my son." The grandmother shot her. Just make sure this girl, now after everything, she couldn't say, she was keeping to herself. She didn't say anything to anyone. She now had some mental health issues and all that. She didn't say to nobody because her grandmother was the only person she trusted. She didn't know who to talk to anymore. So at the time, she ran away from the house and just went to foster home. She was still very young. At the age of 15, she ran. She said she couldn't take it anymore. Then the father, after she left, now call you that. So the father now switched to the younger sister. Yes. So when the father was about to try the her younger sister, that one is more assertive. Oh my goodness. That one was the one that called police. And she now said, "Oh my, I now find out that this is why my sister left." So at the end of the day, they were now investigating. And they now traced the girl to the foster home that she was. that they adopted her, and eventually she now said this was what this she now laid her. She talked about her experience, and the father was incarcerated, and she said for her it was so difficult for her to talk about it because she didn't believe it. She trusted her father so much. She loved him because he sponsored them, and she thought he wanted the best for them, but he has damaged her mentally. So she said she don't trust any man at all. If her father could do that to her, who else? So she said she has been finding it so difficult to trust anybody. She now has trust issue. The day she disclosed in our class, everybody, we were all, she was crying. She said she's reliving that experience again. She's talking about it. So she shared with us. And that is how it is. You see some kids, they'll keep it to themselves, but it will start manifesting differently. Either they will now keep to themselves, or some of them, it also play out differently. Some kids that are extremely smart will now be doing poorly in school. Some, they will now be extraordinary. Their smartness will be 3 times because they are now using their books as an escape route, okay, to help them cope, as a coping mechanism for themselves. Okay, so these are some of the things that we have to watch out for. All of a sudden,
You
a
know,
child is moved.
you
Yeah,
know what I think?
yeah,
Regardless of how people will look at this,
yeah.
and not every woman that opened the leg to conceive is a mom. I keep
No,
saying that. Not,
no,
women have to bear the higher responsibility,
yeah,
especially when we're talking about female child here. Where is this mother? How can you not bathe your child and know and bring your kids close and know when they're getting to that age of puberty
yes,
to start
yes,
talking to them, to
yes,
even open their legs and see,
yes,
what, when anything goes in there, the size
yes,
will go from this to that.
yes,
Because of STDs, because
yes,
of your life, because of
yes,
mental illness, I think that mothers have more responsibilities when it comes to raising female. Some women are not doing enough.
they are not.
They're not doing enough. For this woman, people are now okay clapping. She set up the CCTV.
No,
Has she been in this past 7 years?
no, I know that. Yes, she
Why is she?
eventually, yeah,
Why is
it,
she
it took too
doing that?
long. It was too
So now,
long for, yeah,
I wish
for
if I
7 years. If that, because she claimed it has been ongoing, so
yes.
you knew that something is happening, and you kept it to yourself. You are not thinking of the damage that this thing will result to. Come on, why will I keep it for that long if I know that this is still going to come out? Why? Immediately you're suspicious of anybody. You have to make sure you are watching out for what. And as I've said before, it's not outside. I will tell you, those that you trust the most, they are the ones that will sexually molest. They are the ones that sexually molest kids. The ones that you trust the most. It's not outsiders. I'm not lying to you. Their father, their uncles. I'm telling
The
you,
house boy.
aunties. Yes, houseboys, driver, gatesman, those that you trust the most will be the ones that are sexually molesting the children that you left at home, or that you left with them. So you have to be mindful when you have a female child, even a boy child. I watched one video on Facebook. It was trending a long time, about 5 years ago. I almost puked. This baby was literally 3 years old, a son. I am not lying to you. I was crying. Kartia, I'm not lying to you. He was sexually molested by, I don't know if that's his father or uncle. It's a male child, 3 years old baby that still wear diaper. Less than 3. I'm not joking. He was molested. Yeah, sexually molesting. This was so graphic that I was shaking. So when we talk about, we don't have to rule out our main children, please, because these days we have people that are bisexuals, we have people that are gay. Okay, so when we rule out the fact that female children are more susceptible to sexual molestation, no, we are putting our sons in a precarious position too, because we can leave our sons with their uncles. Who knows if their uncle love male? he wants to, that is what he loves to do. Then the main child will now be a victim of sexual molestation. Okay, so when we are talking about sexual molestation, it is our duties as a parent to be mindful of who we invite to our home, okay, or rather who we trust. Okay, so if you find out anything funny is going on between your child and the father or whatever, you have to be mindful too, because some women are married to pedophiles. Okay, forget the fact that he's your husband, does not rule him out. Okay, because they are sick. These people that we are talking about, they are not just they don't know if they don't care if that child is their kid or not, but they are attracted to babies. Okay, they are attracted to a little kids, okay, if you will, even though they have the question is, oh, are there no women out there, are there no advanced people? No, and that is why they are sick. So we have to be mindful. If there is anything, what can you do? What you do, the first thing to do is to call the police to save your child first, before whoever, because that person is sick. It is not you. You cannot save that person. You have to save that child that is being victimized. Okay, and unfortunately, most rapists or most pedophiles that are exhibiting this act, they will blame it on the child. Or some people will even say, oh, why did she dress like this? The victim will not become the accused. That is the problem I have when it comes to how we heap so many issues on women. Okay, and again, another question is, we also have to call out the father. Is the mother a single mother, or is she married? Because she might be. Let's look at it from different angle. Okay, the father too have to also pay attention, because this whole thing is not just about women alone. Two people have kids together. You have to pay attention and monitor your child. As a father, you have to focus and look at what is going on in your surrounding. Also notice your gay child. That is your own child, for crying out loud. Maybe the woman is the breadwinner. Who knows? She's always out working. So at the end of the day, she's tired. She come home, she won't pay attention. The three things for every parent to do here is, we have to pay attention. How do we pay attention? By giving our children listening ear. Communication skill is very, very important. Sometimes call your kids. How are you doing? Is everything okay? Sometimes just, have a chat with them, like an interview, if you will. Just have a conversation with them. You see that they are withdrawing. Are you okay? Are you sure? Prompt them. Maybe they'll be able to tell you and say, okay, what is going? Even when they come back from school, also ask them, how is school? That is when you even find out they bully them sometimes. So some kids will now say, I don't like school. Ask. If you are all constantly asking your children how they are doing, how they are faring, of course, one day they will definitely tell you that, mom, this is what is going on with me. We have to. We don't want to start bringing back all those generational issues. No, our parents, we are more progressive.
Yes.
Our ways of thinking. We are living, we have so many resources. Parents, I'm talking to you out there. You can do your research, okay? That is why they said knowledge is power. I say knowledge brings about power. Once you are aware of something, you have power over that thing. We are talking about pedophile right now. Okay, now, as a parent, no, you will not be don't blame your child. And don't make them feel guilty. Tell them if anybody touched them inappropriately, they should tell you. They will not be held responsible. The person will be held liable. The person will be put in prison. The person will be incarcerated. We have to give them the power.
When I think about these things, it kind of brings tears to my eyes. I would say me and some of my sisters were victims. It's I'm gonna call out you guys. I see all your comments. I will welcome you guys, but I have to say this. When we were growing up, this guy, I was 2 years ago, me and my big sister were talking about it. This guy was my father's best friend. When I say best friend, and he has so much money. When I say that he has so much money, back when we say people that have high rises, he have like 12 of those high rises
okay.
in the city where, so He's crazy rich. And this guy, he's late now, you can imagine. He will come to our house and
Mm-hmm.
he will target when mommy and daddy were not home. And
Mm-hmm.
when he comes to the house, he will sit down with his zipper open, and
Ew.
he will call us, and he will tell us to sit on his lap. I'm telling you, when I think about this, it makes, I shouldn't be saying this,
It's
like,
okay. It's rehashing memory.
you know,
It's okay.
so
This is a space to talk about things like that.
he will tell us to sit on his laps. We sit on his laps. He will ask us if we want chocolate, and there's something goody was kind of
Yeah.
sweet that they
Yeah.
sell. He will bring it over. He will come, but once we see him, once he come inside, he will unzip and call us. Once we see that, we'll run.
Run. Yeah.
We don't go close to him, but he literally targets when mom and dad is not home.
Yeah.
And then when mom and dad is home, he will pretend to be nice. He will call us and ask us about our report cards, how we're doing in school. And the ones that are A students, he will give my sisters money and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
just trying to buy our parents. But because we were not raised to voice out and
Yes.
talk to our parents, we hide that. We never share with our parents. It wasn't until not too long ago that me and my big sisters were talking about that. Do you remember that uncle? Do you remember how he used to come to
You
the house
see?
and unzip his pants and tell us to come and sit on his side? We as siblings, we will go to the backyard and we talk about it, but
Yeah.
we never share this with our parents because we
See?
were so scared that mommy and daddy will
They'll beat you.
stop. They will
Yes.
beat us instead of
Yes.
them protecting us.
No.
Beat us. So it is something I am telling you guys from experience. Do not let your children to be victims. Do not give them that opportunity. In no
No.
way should you be inviting an outsider to
Yeah.
stay alone with your children, being male or female, in the house. It's a no. If I write a book about that man, me and my sisters, we will write 1,000 pages.
Hmm.
We will write 1,000 pages. And then I called out to one of my sisters the other day, say, tell the truth. Tell me, we're just having like a sibling
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
Did that uncle ever like put his finger? Because he does so many atrocious things
Yeah.
that I think about this today. I say, we were young. I was like maybe 13 in those
Hmm.
days. I was young, and I have younger ones who are like,
Yeah.
and then I have our house is full of women, girls. We were
Yeah.
10 girls and one boy. So this man will literally come to see who will fall a prey, who he can hold and take to the bathroom or whatever. But we were
Oh
smart
my
that
goodness.
we run away to the backyard, and we say, once we see his car, everybody's running. But when mommy and daddy is home, when we see his car, we'll all come. Because
Can you imagine?
in our mind, we know that he's not going to do that. When
Hurts
he's
you.
coming, he drag chocolate, he bring ice cream, he bring goody, he give us money, and we're just sitting at the backyard and we're stretching our neck. Did he leave? Is he still here? Can you guys imagine what our parents
Can
are
you imagine? Do you know what you're doing right now? You are rehashing the past.
telling you? This
You
is
know,
our
talking about it brings healing. It is good to vent it out. The only reason why I was not subjected to such I was not subjected to such an act, or was the fact that my mother and my father, there was something they said. They said if your uncle or your family member sleeps with you, both of you will go outside. You go and confess, put something in your head, and start. They'll take you around the market square. You will now be talking about it that he slept, because otherwise, when you have a baby, your child will die. They were talking about it was a sacrilege. Okay, they were talking about the implications. They were just trying to educate. That was the only thing. So otherwise, one of my uncle would have victimized me too. So, and I am the type that right from time when I was growing up, my mother used to shout, like, she would say, keep quiet, you have big mouth. I was that type. I was the type of a child that was very curious. So I always ask why. I want to investigate and ask why. So this my uncle, my my uncle,
Okay.
I just noticed.
Here. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Talk.
Yeah, I noticed that the way he was looking, that uncle, I knew he was up to no good. Okay, and I told my sister, not that he did anything to me, because I spotted him, that this man, the way he will, you know how somebody will look at you almost naked, you with his strip you naked with his eyes, his looks. Oh my goodness. So I was telling my sister in London, she was like, same here. Look at the way he's acting and all that. So because of that, I was never close to him. Really, really, I was never in my head. I was like, God forbid this kind of uncle. If he should do anything to me, I don't want to go to the market square, because the way he will be looking at you, you're wearing something, will be stripping you naked with his eyes. That is a pervertic look. He will just be looking at you. I'm telling you. So I was so uncomfortable. What kind of? I said, He said, you'll be saying some funny words. Oh my God, you are not here. See all the round chest. See all the. I said, God. Then I told my sister, I said, sister, see you. This because me, I talk. My mother would say, keep quiet. I will tell you what I see. Oh, that is me. I will tell you what. When I was growing up, my mother would say, Faith, just shut up. It's not. I'll tell my mother. That was why I wrote about FGM, female genital mutilation. Because my grandfather was mutilating a baby. I said, what is this?
Yeah.
The baby.
Guys, please, on Sunday, Faith will be here. We are going to be talking about female genital mutilation. My grandfather was the one in the village in charge of cutting clitoris. And Dr. Faith here wrote a book.
I wrote a book
about female genital mutilation. You can't miss that. You have to hear that from the horse's mouth. Be here, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You are going to hear it from the horse's mouth. How her grandfather was one of the ones that will hold the knife and the scissors to cut off female clitoris. We will not talk about the bag out of the car.
We're just letting them know that this is a hint, because the reason why I just brought that up, we are talking about how we've been, looking back, tracing it back to history, how the position they've placed women, we've been victimized, in different ways. When you look at the statistics of people that are being killed, are women. They kill women a lot. So this has been ongoing. It is high time we start standing up and talking about all these issues. And that is why in my show I said, no, I talked about women in abusive relationships. Somebody sent me a message and said, what about men? Why don't you? I said, please, I'm sorry, I'm not going to talk about men right now, because already they are in the human hierarchy, they are up. So we are in the second position. If we talk about women, people that are going through a lot in the society, they are women. Women, we all know that, yes. So I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to go there. It's strictly all about women. My discussion is centered on women. I advocate for women. So when that was why when you told me that this is what is going on, because I didn't have the privilege to just flip through my Facebook page, so I didn't notice that this just happened yesterday. So I said, no way. Even if it's 10 minutes today, I will join Kartia. So parents, what we are saying, please, if you're a parent, you have a male child, a female child, especially female child, girl child, please pay attention. Watch them. Listen to their non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is very crucial. They don't have to tell you sometimes. Their body will be speaking. Okay, it is high time we start to learn how look at your child domain, the way they will act, even though they don't tell you. Look at their actions, their body, their non-verbal communication. Their body will be telling you something. Then you cannot prompt them to talk and say, I hope you're fine. I hope when you keep doing that, maybe they'll be able to disclose to you and reassure them that you're safe with me, my child. I should be able to protect you. I'm here to protect you. I'm not here to accuse you of anything. If anything happened to you, or if anything has happened to you that I'm not aware of, let me know, and I'll make sure I deal with that person squarely. That child will feel safe enough to disclose to you. But when you make them realize that, oh, they are the victim, you are now making them the accuser, or you are displaying it when talking to their siblings, then it becomes problematic. They will not talk to you. And most of us, we were raised like that. We
That's
have to be seen. They
yeah.
should see us, but we should not be heard.
Yeah, we can't be heard. This particular
No.
man that
Yes.
I'm talking about,
Yeah.
the last time I stopped going to, he will literally invite us through our parents and ask us also to bring our report cards to his house. So we will go, and he will call us like inside the house. And back home, you know how the people in the village will tie wrapper?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
They will tie wrapper from their waist down, and the
Mhm.
thing will be like, he was a big pedophile. We
Yeah.
opened the door. Oh my God, the thing is already standing up. Oh my, me and my sister
Yeah.
will run.
Yeah.
Mother will ask us, "Did you show your report cards?" We say yes. Because we are so fearful. We
Yes.
won't raise. When I'm
Because of his esteem, because of the way they.
yeah, because
Oh.
Mama will not listen, Papa will not listen, and because this man is so rich, maybe it's going to ruin the relationship between him and my parents. So it is about time parents start putting their children first. It is time,
I'm.
it's
Yeah.
it-
I'm not going to from what you've just said, Katia. Let's go back to the victim being the accused. You talked about the fact that he's very rich. That's a key factor. The fact that yes, he's rich, and of course he's a respectable person, somebody that is respected within your community, right? Because he has the money, he can do and undo. And of course, you don't want to say something that everybody would not say, "Oh, you are a bad child." You know what is happening, and that is what also happened in most of the institutions, educational institution. Girls will be raped by their professors, or they will be sexually abused. They cannot say anything, and even though they try to tell anybody, they will not believe them, because that person in power position knows how to deal with them and tell them, you know what, oh, you want to put me down, I'll tell you I am more powerful than you. That is why you see most people these days, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it. They will go through the abuse, they will just keep it, they will introvert it, and then it start building up. It will start building up. And that was like this Me Too movement, the hashtag Me Too movement skyrocket. When the women started coming out, that woman, what's her name? Is it Tara something? I forgot her name. That started the Me Too movement. The founder of Me Too movement. She talked about how she was sexually abused, and other women started coming out. Okay, yes, Me Too, hashtag Me Too. They started talking about their sexual, that they are survivor of sexual assault. A lot of women can't even talk about it, especially within our society, especially in Nigeria. They don't want to talk about it, because if you talk about it, they will say, "Oh, you call for it. You call for it." They will even take the case to anywhere. So we have to start thinking about it. And if they are watching us right now, people, if you're watching us, this is a topic that is very sensitive, because we are talking from a standpoint of a parent right now, and also we want people to have a progressive mind. If anything of such happens to your child, make sure you listen to them, hear them out. Don't put them in a position whereby they will not be blaming themselves. Why did I tell my mom, or why did I tell my dad? They didn't believe me anyways. And now I'm not the bad one, and they don't want to be the bad one. Trust me. So it is time we change our ways of thinking, the ways of seeing things, and we have to talk about. We have to have this conversation with our kids once they are over 5. Talk to them about sex. This is it. Any part of your body, part of your body that anybody touch that you're not comfortable, even though they are combing your hair, you are not comfortable with that person, and they are touching it in a sexual form, and you're feeling, let me tell you the key. Once you're feeling discomfort, okay,
right, yeah.
just know that it's not right. That is the only thing I want to. Once a child is feeling discomfort, they feel that, oh, this thing is something is not, just know that it's not right. Your intuition is the first thing that will tell you, oh, this thing is not right. Know that it is not right, and tell it to your parents. We have to start having a conversation like this, so that more parents, people will know how to talk to their children. You don't want to protect the offender. You don't want to protect the offender, the person that is sexually molesting your child. You don't want to protect them. No, they should go in for their action. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh my God. Guys, let me just give you guys quick shout out. We'll be rounding up in 5 minutes. Lovely Cherokee, thank you. I know Faith, you're not seeing this, right?
Yes, I am not.
If
Yeah.
you log in with a different device on YouTube, you can see the things better. Okay, Grant Wood, thank you so much. I know you are here. I read one of your comments. Ebo Niger Mama, hello, darling. Thank you, darling, for tuning in. Uh, Somebody say he confessed because the video evidence is overwhelming.
Okay, thank you. That's good. Can you imagine? That would be so graphic. Ew.
Can you
I,
imagine?
I, I just, I don't know. I feel like throwing up. I just don't know.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, that's really,
This is so sad.
it's sad.
Welcome, Continental Food and Cake TV. God bless you. You teach them about sex education. Ebo Niger Mama, yes. African parents, especially the ones born and raised in Nigeria, are
Yes.
dinosaurs. So
Yes.
they are dinosaurs. They are.
Yeah.
And Grant, with African parents born and raised in dinosaurs mentally when raising children too. Too much so-called culture. It's over.
Cultural values, religion. And again, sorry, honey, there's something I wanted to point out, because this discussion is something I don't think, Katia, this is something that we sometimes will be doing this ongoing. I'm not lying to you. Sometimes I will invite you to my show. And
Yes.
viewers, my name is Faith Adodo, the host of Prestigious Talk Show. Look me up. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel too.
Good girl.
Because I will be collaborating with Katia more. I love her so much. Okay, so, yeah, I love Katia. Yeah. So most time we are going to be featuring together, to talk about issues like this. That is why I said on my show, is strictly it's going to be informative, educational. Yeah. So please, these are some of the things that we want to bring forward so that people will be aware of it. We have to name it just the way it is. Don't say, oh, your pee-pee. No, pee-pee, just say this is your penis, your vagina. If anybody touch you inappropriately, let me know. Even their head, don't, any part of their body, any of their body part, if they touch them and they don't feel comfortable with it, they should let you know as the parents. It is very, very pivotal that they let you know.
I have a guest just coming. Chichi.
Oh,
hi.
Oh, hi. Yes. Oh, this has been an interesting conversation. I tell you, this is really awesome, Katia. I really want to applaud you for bringing this forward. And these are some of the things that we have to keep bringing forward to our people, especially people back home. I don't want, when we say back home, I mean Nigeria in particular. And of course, I know people are also watching us from Africa, different parts of Africa. If you're watching us, we are also using this platform to inform you that it is very good for us to have this progressive mindset as parents. Be open. Why not discuss? Tell your child about sex. You don't want outsider to educate them on about sex. It is better for it to come from your mouth. Let them know. If you have a girl child that is 15 or 14, let her know. Ask her, do you have somebody that is crushing on you? Jokingly. And the child will smile and say, Mom, stop. Yeah, say, of course. And of course, let's be realistic. When you were 15 or 14, you must be loving somebody or liking somebody. You are crushing on somebody. So let's be realistic. Let's not fake. Forget, we are human beings. Talk to them. And maybe one day you say, yeah, somebody, one of my, then you tell them, okay, this is it. It's normal for you to be liking somebody, or it's normal for him to be liking you. This is normal. But however, when the time comes, when it is appropriate. And I laugh at parents that say, oh, I want to monitor my child. You cannot monitor them. You see this internet, they can watch explicit videos that are raw, that are graphic videos, sexual. If you don't tell them, they'll go. What I do, for me personally, let me give you a tip. What I've done, my daughter will say, my mom is a progressive. Yeah, I'll call them. Makeup, wear earring, dress. You love fashion, do it, because I don't want to be. I don't want you to. I don't want a situation whereby somebody will tell me, "I saw your daughter. She's doing this outside." I want to know you for who you are. Just show me your real personality, so that I will know how to adjust and say, "Okay, this is who my child is." I don't want any surprises. If you love fashion, let me know. If you love, let me know. We have to be open. The reason being that why most parents are not open is because of one, religion. Okay, they are most, especially we from Africa, Nigeria, they will say, "Oh, I'm a Christian, I'm a pastor, we should not talk about." No, teach them, let them, let's talk about sexuality, let's talk about sex. Tell them, teach them, so that outsider will not go and teach them. Let them know that it is okay when you are of this age. Let them know that if you're feeling, trust me, we are human beings. They respond to stimuli. Okay, they respond to stimuli. They are humans. Blood flows in their body. Who told you that? When a child starts responding, okay, why would they feel ticklish at the age of 4 or 5 when they touch their, maybe somebody, a pedophile touched them and they feel somewhat? It's because they are human. They respond. So once you educate your child about sex, they will be aware and they know how to protect themselves. You've given them the power. I have said it severally on my platform that education, knowledge, okay, not only bring awareness, also brings about power. You have the power to tackle anything. So how can you have power when you don't have knowledge about it? You are not knowledgeable about what you're supposed to say or what you're supposed to do. Then you don't have power over it. Okay, so for those people that are protecting all this pedophile, I'm ashamed and I feel bad for you. You're only damaging your child's mental health, because it's going to be leading to other factors, trauma, suicidal, other many things, and you'll be blamed as a
Another
parent.
reason before we close that our people don't like to bring something like this up is because they're fearful of being judgmental by the
Yes.
society. Okay, well, they will say that your daughter is so bad. They will say that she's already sleeping with so many people. It's not her fault. She was raped. She was forced into that. Most parents don't want to speak up. Or people will say, or this will say, and really people will say.
Yes.
The more we stand up for our right and
Yes.
know right,
Yeah.
what is wrong, most of these things will start being
Yes.
implemented.
Yes.
I tell you what is going on. I watch a couple of videos where people
Yes.
are protecting this guy in question. And who told you that he did it? Oh, he didn't do it. Oh,
Can you imagine?
Video. How are you guys saying that he's been sleeping with a 7-year-old until this child was 14 years old? How can you guys prove it? Okay, she was. Why did Nigeria is so backwards, so in so much denial, and things are going wrong? The kids will say wrong and wronger every day.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about it.
We are looking for change. In order for us to implement change, change starts with me and you. Kartia, we are doing our part right now. What we are doing right now is we are creating awareness. When we are talking about change, change starts with me and you. You're doing your quarter and I'm doing my quarter. Okay, we are impacting life. For those who have ear, let them hear. Okay, and for those who want to castigate us and say, oh, they are just there ranting. Hey, I'm sorry. Hello, because knowledge, they say, is power. If you want change, it has to start with you. It has to start with you. And think in your heart, what if you keep protecting the pedophile? Think about the mental state of your child or the mental state of your loved one. Or think about the fact that you have somebody that you're not safe with in your community and you don't want to expose them. And maybe that person. So please, we want to leave you guys with this thinking. We want you guys to start thinking about it, how to have an open mind and how to, embrace your kids. Let them share with you whatever it is that they are going through. I'm not just only talking about sexual molestation, rape, or whatever. I'm also talking about bullying too. Bullying. Some kids, you see them, they'll end up killing themselves because they've been bullied. They'll say you're ugly, you're this, you're that, you're that. You have to ask your kids, find out, no matter how busy you are. Just ask them, are you okay? Is everything okay? Even though they say, oh, this my mom, her own is too much. It's okay. I know some people will think you're paranoid. Please, it's better. Some people will think, Trust me, when I did that assaulted women and children's advocate counselor, I was like, wow, I had to see a counselor. When I saw the video of a 6-month-old baby that was molested by her father, the day I was shaking my hands, but in short, I had to go see a counselor. I took that program at George Brown College, 1-year course, because I did the social work diploma before I did that assaulted women and children's advocate. I was not, but it exposes my eyes. I was, I bless God. I thank God I took that program. I am so knowledgeable about different things. And I thank God that, and yes, I'm sharing my knowledge with people out there, that it is very pivotal that we speak to our children. Notice your children non-verbal communication, which is the big one, because sometimes they might not want to talk to you. When I mean non-verbal communication, their body language. Look at it. You should be able to identify and say, okay, what is going on? When you are noticing something and you feel like, oh, something is not right with my child, which means something is actually not right, investigate it properly and make sure you dig to the bottom of what is going on in order for you to properly help your child. That is all I have to say for today. Thank you so much, Kartia.
So much. I am so happy
for having me today.
Adodo with me.
Thank you.
Right. Please, I will leave a link in the description box. Go there and check out her YouTube channel. Check her out on Facebook. She does live every Saturdays. She's a very big women advocate. And you guys, we have said it that on Sunday we will be here talking about female
genital mutilation. Yes.
She wrote a book on that. And you guys, if you're coming in, her grandfather was responsible for physically cutting up female young girls' genitals.
Yes. And my grandfather was seen as he was they have a special name for that. He was highly respected within the community. It wasn't frowned upon because it's culturally accepted. So, and that name, they call us by his name. That's a because he was not doing a disservice to the people, but rather he was doing something that is huge.
Sunday. So you guys come on Sunday and hear it all about female genital mutilation. We're not hiding anything. Faith is all. Especially if you are on social media, I don't care what kind of social media you are in, but once in a while, use your platform to educate others. This is the purpose of social media. Purpose of social media doesn't mean you have to be a YouTuber, a blogger, or whatever. Once in a while, especially when you see sensitive comments like this about Baba Ijesha, talk about it for 1 minute and post it either on your story or something. Just try to educate people, because let me tell you, you see we that talk about it. God is giving us special blessing.
Amen.
We don't know because we are educating people. If you leave this channel today without learning anything, go back and watch my 1,500 videos. I'm sure you'll find something that will entice you in this video. Please subscribe, share this video, and follow Dr. Faith Adodo as well.
Thank you so much, Kartia. Thank you.
I appreciate you. I only called you for half an hour. We were talking. I say, hey, I am going live. Will you like to join? It's a privilege and an honor for you to honor the invitation in a very short time. Hey,
thank you.
It is not easy for African women, especially you see them on social media. A lot of us, because of the fear that was instilled in us growing up, a lot of people are first degree holders, second degree, master, PhD, but they cannot speak in public.
No.
So when you see people like us standing and talking to people, please give us thumbs up. And
thank you.
Our video.
Thank you, Kartia. God bless you, honey. Thank you. All right. Bye. Can I say hi to your friend? What's her name?
You know China from our Toronto, Niger wives.
Oh my God. Hi, Chi. All right. Thank you, Kartia. I really appreciate this.
Right?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Bye.